So the focus of the Alliance is on issues of gender health, education, and enterprise, and all of them are very important to equitable development. As was said, we were an early joiner here, but I'm really pleased to see the list of other companies coming in. I'm sure we'll get more as time goes on, but we've already got a pretty amazing set of partners, each bringing resources and skills and a commitment to this area. Of course, the Minister's leadership on this has made a big difference. We've been partnering on with her on a number of things, and this new initiative, which will bring in both government, foundation, and private sector resources as another example. So we're committed to this for the long term. I'll be thrilled as we make progress and we can meet with you and talk about the results that are a result of this alliance. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gates. Before I request our Honourable Minister to also really speak about her vision for this alliance that she has led, I'd request for a film to be very quickly played, and I'll request the Honourable Minister once again to really release this film. I'll now request the Honourable Minister to talk about the vision that she says that this alliance can give to us.
Just a month ago, Indians, along with the rest of the world, walked on prominent streets of commerce and economy at the World Economic Forum at Davos. As we walked, we Indians looked proudly at the first ever gender lounge at Davos, which celebrated the female potential not only of India, but also resonated with our partners across the world, for they had never seen such a collaboration ever before. We had close to 500 dignitaries call on us at that lounge, hoping to take a leaf from the Indian lessons of equity and equality, with a promise that they can replicate it in their own nation states or in their own organizations. Mr. Gates has been kind enough to say that your organization has partnered under the Prime Minister's leadership on issues of gender and nutrition for years. While I reciprocate that admiration and gratitude for the partnership, I think for the larger audience here, one must confess that when the first idea for the Gender Lounge came, one of the first calls was made to your foundation to support the initiative. This has to be said because for the first time, we manifest what government, the development sector, and industry in partnership can do together with alacrity. A month later, we today gather to announce not only the logo, the website, but if you have seen the film that was just exhibited to all of us, it talks about what are the outcomes expected. We who have been in the public sector for years on end, sometime or the other get wary about announcements which don't come tied with expected outcomes or a framework that can hold us responsible. So as I walked in today for the CII meet with Mr. Gates, I carried with me another industry association's work, an analytical perspective of gender budgeting, miraculously also supported then between industry, the ministry, and the Gates Foundation. So what can the alliance bring? A small example, gender budgeting under Prime Minister Modi's leadership in the past decade has gone up by 239%. We know that ministries across the government have gender budget cells. We hope now that we can create processes to compute, report data, and if there are gaps, then to address those gaps. I walk into the CII lounge today with a promise from FICCI. Those who have economically reported on both these organizations will know that rarely do the twain meet. So what good is a global alliance if we can't create an alliance domestically? And I'm happy to today announce that CII and FICCI together will come and give instruments not only for India to compute, train professionals in gender budgeting, but then also share these rewards with B20, W20, and our G20 family. That in India today, we are historically well positioned between the global south and the global north. In a world that everybody says is becoming more and more fragmented, we are the democratic glue that can keep it together. We recognize the institutions of the north. We civilizationally reflect the institutions of the south. And since we are hoping to be a bridge, that bridge be built on equity and equality, and what best to cement that bridge than gender. So congratulations, CII, for delivering on one of the first promises of creating the platform, bringing together government, industry leaders, international partnerships, and also new domestic alliances, but also giving, through this partnership with FICCI, instruments for change and especially budgeting for women, not only in India, but across the world. I hope that the partnership, the benefactor that the foundation has been to the alliance and the cause of gender, is something that we see build and grow in the years to come. Again, congratulations, CII, and thank you, Mr. Gates.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Gates, and thank you, Honorable Minister, for really launching this huge alliance, which we are sure that we can get together in some time to come out with some of the outcomes with alliances, both internationally and domestically, as you said. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you, Mr. Gates.